Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ask a Care Manager. I'm Ryan. I work for EasyLiving, and I'm joined with our Director of Care Management, Teresa Jackson. As I mentioned every week, EasyLiving is a home care and care management agency serving the Tri-County area for over 20 years, Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough. And we've started this weekly video series called Ask a Care Manager. Not only are we a home care company, but we're also a care management company. And we want to explain to people how our care managers can assist, especially in these trying times during a pandemic. Our care managers are expert resources, and we want to just explain what different things that they come across with their families and clients and how we can possibly assist you and your family during a situation you might not know what the right direction to go in is. So this week we actually, Teresa, I'm so excited about this. We actually got a real life question in from Facebook, and I figured that we would just answer this question from our Facebook user.
Sounds good.
So let me just read this question here. So the question is, my mom's follow-up appointment with her primary care physician was canceled last month. And obviously we all know that with the coronavirus pandemic that a lot of doctors were doing this. So this is definitely a very common situation. So now that things are opening back up again, obviously the phase one had just started. She said she does not need to go to the doctors because she feels fine. I'm afraid if she doesn't reschedule her appointment, she may miss important screenings and could have something go undiagnosed or untreated. What do you recommend that someone does in this situation? What can she do to help with her mom's situation of thinking she doesn't have to go to the doctor now?
Yeah, and I hear that a lot. I mean, even before the pandemic and COVID, I would have clients, they would have a follow-up appointment scheduled. Maybe they were discharged from the hospital and the hospitalist said, you need to follow up with your doctor, you need to follow up with your specialist, the cardiologist or whomever. And they would go, then they would get home and they would be, well, I'm fine. Why do I need to follow up with my doctor? I only go to the doctor when I'm sick,
Yeah.
So this is a very, very good question. And what we're doing and what we're helping clients do, I actually have tomorrow, I have scheduled an appointment with my client that I am helping her with a telehealth appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So she was just like this lady's daughter, or this lady's mother. She does not want to go back to the doctor. She doesn't want to sit in the waiting room. And I know that they're taking steps, and they will take steps for social isolation and distancing, I guess it is, when they do open up the doctor's offices for regular appointments. But she doesn't want to go. And so I'm going to be assisting her with a telehealth appointment. Mm-hmm. Actually, about 2 weeks ago, I was able to set up a Zoom meeting with her and teach her how to do a Zoom call. And at one point we were doing the Zoom call, and then I also had my cell phone and talking to her and doing a FaceTime.
Yeah.
So it was quite entertaining, and she was so ecstatic about it.
Yeah.
So in times where your loved one does not want to go and have a regular follow-up appointment, I would definitely encourage a telehealth appointment, because this is something that the doctors are doing more now. And if they do need assistance with those, if this doctor's not able to help, maybe she could reach out to a care manager. Another website that would be helpful would be to make sure they're signed up with mymedicare.gov, because that they can set up their portal and they can look at all the screenings that they're eligible for, or they're scheduled for. When was the last colonoscopy? Whatever screenings that Medicare has done, it's going to be listed there. So again, that's mymedicare.gov, and that's a very important tool that can be utilized by families to help keep track of different screenings and appointments.
Definitely. And I think what you're saying there is that you shouldn't wait until you get sick or don't feel well to go to the doctor. Obviously, even with the My Medicare portal, you're basically they're encouraging these screenings. It's better to continue to get these screenings, get these checkups, have your blood work done to, keep an eye on things. And just like you mentioned too, the telehealth. I just attended a webinar and they made an incredible point that I never even thought about. I'm like, they said that this telehealth technology has been around for years, but it's just never been utilized. But we have now been basically forced into utilizing this technology. And I think everyone's realizing how incredible it is and how easy it is. Like now you're not getting the risk of going and sitting in a waiting room for an hour and possibly interacting with someone sick. You can just have your phone or your iPad or computer there and it'll alert you when your doctor's ready. So you can, you don't have to sit there for all day long and waste the whole day going to the doctor. It's at your convenience in your home. And then I think, like I said, especially like you mentioned with our vulnerable elderly population, they're worried about contracting, not just like coronavirus, but any other possible illnesses or diseases. And this gives them the tools to go right into their home and have that technology and see their doctor. And I mean, they can pretty much do everything with the telehealth visits now.
Exactly. And it's very important to, again, to stay on top of the appointments and your screenings, because I mean, too often we get contacted when someone's in the middle of a crisis. Mm-hmm. And to enable and to help somebody plan ahead to prevent those crises, that's what we truly enjoy doing. I mean, yes, we can jump in and help out in the middle of a crisis, but to get the call where someone's now, they're being discharged from the hospital, I need help. I wish I had the call, 3 months ahead of time, mm-hmm. and maybe we could have helped set something up in place that would have prevented that hospitalization. And that's really the significance of care management and having someone that can help navigate the healthcare industry to help you get the most out of it. So you can stay at home as long as possible, because that's what everybody wants. When you sit down and say, well, what's your goal? Their goal is to stay at home as long as possible and mm-hmm. to live a productive, healthy life.
Yeah. And like you completely mentioned, is sometimes it's just about planning ahead of time. Just like we want to do our with our health, we want to, continue to do our checkups and our screenings. Just like with care management, you guys can set things up in the beginning and plan things ahead of time. So, when things don't go a certain way, then you guys have already helped that family or that client get things in place. So it's not such a, like you said, turn into a crisis at that point.
Yes.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, thanks so much, Teresa. I really appreciate that. And thank you to our Facebook follower who reached out and sent us the message on Facebook about that question. Great question. I think that's definitely something a lot of families are facing right now with their elderly loved ones. Is, like I said, they're afraid to go to the doctor right now. So, mm-hmm. So thank you so much, Teresa. I appreciate it. If you have any other questions you'd like to submit to us, please leave it in the comments section, or you can always visit our website and submit it online through our website is www.easylivingfl.com. And we'd love to hear any kind of questions or comments that you have. And thank you so much again, Teresa. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a great day.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.